Hi everybody, I'm Cindy, the Wandering Wife. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a whole bunch of great travel products for you that you need for 2021, so stay tuned. You know, when the pandemic hit and we weren't allowed to travel, my husband and I were sure it was just going to be a few months and then we'd get right back to things. And when it dragged on and on, well, I kind of satisfied my travel urges by doing a little shopping for these travel gadgets. So I have amassed about, I think close to 50 great little things. Some inexpensive and small, some big and really important for different reasons. But they have so many that I had to divide them into 4 different videos. I tried to not do products that everybody has done in their travel products videos. I tried to do ones that are unusual or ones that you might not have seen before. Today we're going to do health, beauty, and housekeeping. Now I know housekeeping doesn't sound like fun, but if you're traveling for 2 or 3 weeks or more like we sometimes do, there are a couple things that you will want to take with you. Let's get started with that. Get the bad stuff out of the way and do the fun stuff later. I have put together my own little travel laundry kit. Now, what I do is if we travel for a week, I typically take enough underwear and socks for about 4, maybe 5 days, and I will wash in the room. And I will do the same thing with some of my tops. Generally speaking, pants and skirts and things like that I can wear for multiple days, but I will often take just enough tops for 3 or 4 days and wash them. And I'm very careful when I buy travel clothes to buy fabrics that will dry quickly and wrinkle free. So I often do laundry in the room, and the first thing that you're going to want to have is a sink stopper. And this kind is great because it works with any stopper. You're going to find when you travel that a lot of sinks either don't have a stopper, it's missing, it hasn't been replaced, particularly in Europe where you might be staying in someplace that's very old. But a lot of times, even if it does have one, it doesn't keep the water in long enough to, say, soak something. So you put the stopper down, close it as well as you can, and then you put this over it. It's like a rubber gasket, and it works amazingly. And they're very inexpensive. And I think this came in a pack of 2. And on a rare occasion, my husband does travel without me, so he keeps one in his suitcase, and I keep one in mine. The second thing you're going to need is something to wash your laundry with. Now, sometimes I will just use body wash. If it's in the hotel, I'll go ahead and use that. But a lot of times they're very perfumey and I don't want my clothes to smell like that. So I buy these little Tide travel packets. I think I got, yeah, it's 3 per packet and it came with 2 packets. I'll link these down below with the price as well. And 1 packet is enough to do a sink full. Once you wash it, you're going to want to hang them up. And the best way, the quickest way, and the easiest way without having to take clothespins and all that is to take this braided, stretchable clothesline. It has suction cups on both ends. So if you have a tile or glass shower enclosure, this will stick well. Wet it first and it will stick really well. If you don't, it has Velcro loops that you can loop around something in the bathroom. I will often have to do 1 loop around, say, the shower head and then do this on the other end or vice versa. But you have the loop as well as the suction cup on each end. Then you don't need clothespins, and you, rather than having to drape it over a clothesline, say, that might be included in the hotel room, when you do that, you essentially have 4 layers all together draping over the clothesline, and so it takes a lot longer to dry. With this, you can just hang it singly like you would with clothespins by sticking 1 little corner through this braided rubber, and it's gonna, when it's stretched tight, it's gonna be really tight. It might even be a little difficult to get it in there, but it works, and then the rubber keeps it from slipping out. Then I suggest that you grab a little pouch, anything you might have on hand, just stick everything in there, and you have a laundry travel kit ready to go. Okay, so that's the housekeeping over with. Let's move on to beauty. So I'm trying to do my part, especially when traveling, to cut down on the amount of waste that I create. So instead of using makeup wipes to remove my makeup at night, I have purchased these bamboo makeup removing pads. This package comes with 20, and each pad is just perfect for removing your makeup one time. So it's just a little round pad. It's very soft. Bamboo, as you know, is a sustainable material. So it's been used a lot in sheets and towels, and it's really a great fiber. I'm finding that I really like it. So I use this with a little bit of micellar water, and you can find that anywhere. I just found a little travel bottle size that I carry with me, and I just refill it. I use one of these each night. And then as you use them, the set comes with a mini mesh bag to put them in. And when you get home, you just cinch it up and throw it in the dryer and wash them. I've really been enjoying them. I've been using them at home too to see how well I liked them. And I really do like them. I feel like they're much gentler on my skin, especially around the eyes. So this is really, I was happy to find this, and I really highly recommend them. So I found these bottles that I really love. They come in this little pack. There's 4 of these type of bottles and one little jar. Each bottle is a different color, and it even comes with labels for you to put on the lids so that you know what's in each one. But they shrink down to this size. You have to open it or it'll collapse, but they expand to that size. So as you're going through your week and using it up, you can push it down as needed. And it's got a very nice dispenser top that flips up. So I really like that. I really like these. I'll be honest, I haven't used them yet, so I can't vouch to how they are as far as leakage, but it looks like it's the way it's made, the way this gasket is made, and it folds back over the lip, and then this screws on, is usually a good indicator that it's not going to leak. And then you just have to make sure you clip this shut. They are TSA approved. I'll show you the 4 colors. There's a green, a pink, a blue, and a gray. And they do come in this pouch. And again, oh, look, I just found out there's something. Oh, there's a little spatula as well. I didn't even see that when I first got it. This would be great for putting your face cream or lip balm or something in this tiny little jar. Okay, the next item that caused me some inconvenience over the years when I first started traveling was what to do with my hair. Most hotels have blow dryers, and you can call or email ahead and find out if they do. But I've never been to one that had a flat iron or a curling iron. And I use them back and forth. Sometimes I'll use one, sometimes I use the other. I found this one. It's a small one. It's 1 inch. And the reason that I got it is, well, there's 2 reasons. Number 1, it can be a curling iron, or you move the switch here and it's a flat iron. So it's a 2-in-1. It heats up to just a little over 400 degrees, so it does get nice and hot. It has a regular American plug, so if you're using it overseas, don't forget you will need an adapter. But you don't need a converter because this is dual voltage. This will work from 100 up to 240 volts, which means it will work in both the United States, which is the lower voltage, and it will work in foreign countries where a lot of times it's 220. So it's dual voltage, which means I can use it here at home and I can use it abroad, and it's a 2-in-1 tool. I really like the size of it for travel. It comes with this case, which, as you can see, I think you can see, is lined with the heat resistant material, so you can put it back in even when it's hot. Slide it in, and if you pull your cord to this side, it's got Velcro at the top, so it keeps it from falling out when you put it back in your suitcase. On the front, it's got a pocket and an elastic here. I'm not really sure what the elastic is intended for. I just kind of tuck my cord in there. But it's also got this pocket, and it comes with a heat protective glove. It also comes with 2 clips, so you can clip your hair up while you're doing the other parts of it. This is an incredible value. I have actually used this for a couple of years now, and I really like it. It's like I said, I use it at home too, so I think it's an extremely good buy. It's super handy and convenient for those of you who are traveling, and yeah, I've linked it below. Now, to go along with that, I also bought this silicone heat mat. It's also a case if you want to use it for that. I might just stick the other one inside this because it's smaller, but it's made from silicone, and as we know, silicone is very, very heat resistant. I got this because when I'm working with my curling iron and doing one, you know, brushing out one section, then I have to grab it again. I have sat it down on the counter numerous times and almost burned the counter, and especially when you're away, you don't want to do that. So this is heat protective. It's good to just lay it on while you're working, and then if you have a different curling iron from the one I showed you and you don't have a heat resistant case, you can just stick it right in here, wrap your cord around it, and you're set to go. Very inexpensive, really recommend it. This is kind of new to me, but I found out about it this year, is activated charcoal. These are kind of act like an absorbent to absorb anything that is in your stomach that might not be good for you or might be irritating your stomach. So if you've been out to eat, say, and something didn't agree with you, or you're just feeling a little nauseated or a little acidic heartburn, take the activated charcoal. It does wonders. Another thing that I always take with me when I go on trips is something to keep me hydrated. Now, in a lot of places that you travel, you will be able to find Gatorade or Powerade or something, that country's version of something similar, but I don't ever like to take the chance. Now, you can find either bottled water or a place with potable water that you can fill your own bottle up with so that you can always get water. But what I like to maximize my hydration. So I like to use one of these powders that you add to your water. This is Gatorade. This one is Basic Care, and it's Electrolyte Powder. It does the same thing as the Gatorade. It replenishes your body with those salts and electrolytes and the minerals that you need. I am extremely prone to heat exhaustion and heat stroke. I have nearly passed out a couple of times, and I have found that if I take this with me and drink it without fail, that I don't get sick like that. For instance, we're getting ready to go to Hawaii. I have stocked up on this stuff, and I will be drinking it like crazy all day long in the heat. And I have found that I get up in the morning, I do a bottle of Gatorade, and if I can find the real stuff, I will go ahead and use that. But I always have this in my pack with me, my day pack, so that I can mix it up with water, and I try to drink about every other bottle of water that I drink. I try to add one of these to it. Keeps me from getting dehydrated. I can't tell you how much it helps. Another brand that you can get, and I have to be honest, I don't like the taste of this nearly as much. This is the lemon lime, and I think it does come in another flavor. But this is called LiquidIV, and it pretty much does what it sounds like. If you've ever had to go to the emergency room and get a fluid IV, that's kind of the idea for this. And again, I didn't show you the other two, but I can. They all come in these tubes, which are super convenient to just pour in your bottle of water. Let me show you these other two. This is the Electrolyte Powder. Same thing, just a little tube. The Gatorade, and by the way, this is Gatorade Zero, so there's no calories. The Gatorade is even smaller. It's super concentrated. And so these are really, really easy to add to your bottle of water. And I highly recommend just always having some in your pack. It's almost a first aid item as well. Another item that I always like to carry with me to keep me from getting overheated is a cooling towel, which you wet and you put around your neck. They say when you get overheated to put ice or a cold towel right on the back nape of your neck. That's the best place to cool you down quickly. So I always carry a couple of these towels with me. This is just You can see it just says cooling towel. This happened to come in a set of 2. You can pick your colors. They have different color combinations. I probably will not take them in these containers, but the top is made like a carabiner. Let's see, can you see that? So you can hook it right to your backpack. And what I would do is I would wet it with cold water in the morning, put it in here, and then you're ready to go when you need it. You can see I like this brand because they're nice and big. You see how long it is? So they're super long. Because they're so long, you can wrap them a couple of times around your neck. Just do a loose knot here. That wet cloth there is really going to help to cool you down. Okay, and I just stuffed it back in there. I didn't even do a neat job, but it's super easy to get back. A lot of times things, you know, once you take them out, you can't get them back in. But this is plenty large to fit it back in there easily. All right, here's another keep cool item. You see a theme here with me, but this is a folding mini fan. Now, I've showed you a little mini fan that you can wear around your neck before. I got them under $10 at like Rite Aid and Walmart. This one's a little bit more expensive, but it's also much more substantial, made better, and it's rechargeable, so you're not going to be going through batteries all the time. It does come with the neck band, and it's easily removed. It's got little, well, of course it's easy normally, not when I'm trying to do it on camera. But anyway, I won't do it. But these come off, oh, there we go. These come off right here. The other thing I like about it is if you're in your room, say, and it's a little bit warm, there's a flap on the back, and it just sits on your tabletop. So it's multi-uses. It is rechargeable, as I said. It does come with the charging cable. I like that it is rechargeable and I don't have to keep putting batteries in it. Not only do I think that makes it stronger in terms of the amount of air that it puts out, but I don't have to run and find batteries or carry extras, which I used to do on my other fans. And that really adds a lot of weight to your day pack when you're putting extra batteries in it all the time. So I really love this one. I've been using it just sitting on the table when I've been working at my computer to see how long it lasts, and it does a great job. Like I said, it's stronger and it lasts a long time. Just so that you know, when you're wearing it around your neck, the way it keeps you cool is it blows the air out of the top, so it's blowing it right up under your chin. And let me tell you, it has saved me numerous times to have a fan to blow and keep me cool. The other thing I like about this one is it's much quieter than the cheaper ones, so I don't feel like everybody's looking around going, what is that noise, you know? But I really, really like this one. I highly recommend it, and I think I ordered 4 of them just to have backups. This next item is called the Flatpack Soap Bar Case by Matador. Now, this is a little bit on the pricey side for what it is, I sort of think, but I kind of think it was worth it, and I'll tell you why. I have very sensitive skin, so I'm pretty particular about what soap I use, and a lot of times the soaps that they give you in hotel rooms are perfumed, and they don't work for me, so I take my own soap most of the time. So I've stumbled upon this completely by accident. It's like a little mini wet bag, and I'll show you how it closes up, but you put your soap in it, and this magic material is leak proof yet breathable. So your soap is in there, it can go in there wet, and it's still going to dry even when you seal this up. And the way you seal it up is you roll the top down a couple of times, and then you bring this little buckle around, and it hooks right in front, just like a wet bag. So it gives it a nice seal. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to drip inside your luggage, but somehow it's going to dry. So I don't understand it, but it works. And like I said, it was a little expensive, but I think over time, if you travel enough, it probably will be worth it to you. Last but not least is my favorite product that I'm showing you today. I was looking for a travel water pick, essentially, and again, that's a brand name, but that's the one I use at home. This is not a brand name, but this is a water flosser in this tiny little container. This little case actually came with it, and it is so ingenious, and I have used it. And let me tell you, I was afraid that it wouldn't be very strong and it wouldn't be strong enough to floss very well. It is awesome. I really love it. So it comes out of the case and it looks like this. You remove the rubber bottom. You take the top off. You pull the little feed tube out at the bottom, and then you fill this with water and screw on the top. On the top is this little compartment with a little rubber top to store one of your tips. If you just want to take one, that's fine, but if there are two of you using this, you might want more than one. So you just plop that in there, and you've got your on-off buttons over here, as well as I think you've got 3 different strengths. I can't say enough about this. If it lasts any time at all, it will have been well worth my purchase, and I really enjoy using it. Like I said, it feels every bit as strong as the one that I use at home. I have tried, and I think it was well, I won't say the name brand, but I tried a name brand, supposedly portable one that ran on batteries. The first, 2, maybe 3 times that I used it, it worked great. It was good and strong, and I felt like I was getting a good flossing. But then as the batteries died, it got super weak, and I was constantly replacing batteries, and I felt like I was spending a fortune doing that. So I was super happy to find this. Love how small and compact it is. Again, let's see, this is the release button on the side. You can just store your tip back in there. Empty any remaining water. Push this back in. Put that in there. Cap it off. You're ready to go. Isn't that awesome? Well, that's it for today. I feel like it was kind of a little off today and rambling a little bit, so I hope you understood everything. I try to prepare mentally for these beforehand, but I don't ever make a script, so what you see is what you get. I do have a whole nother box load of products to show you, and they're kind of miscellaneous ones, but there are some really, really cool items in there that I think are probably going to be new to most of you that you've not seen before. So be sure to watch the first 2 if you haven't already. I'll put the links down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do that too so that you don't miss the one coming up. And you would do me a huge favor if you shared this video. It really helps me out. So thank you so much, you guys. Until next time.